you did. Yeah, I know. And I wanna
Hey, this is Mahalia and this is my show and tell. Now, you're gonna have to bear with me because I tried to pick one item, but I struggled, so I have two. I have two items here that I want to talk about. Okay, so now the first item is my journal, songwriting book, one of the two. And I love this, and I got it from a great friend of mine, an artist. His name is Jack James. We were on tour in America and he got me this. And I love it so much. I write everything in it, all my songs in it, all my notes, everything that I need to do, everything that I need to get done. And it's basically where all my thoughts go. It's nearly full actually, which I should probably think about. But it's my favourite. And the front cover is basically, it's made out of a Stevie Wonder vinyl, and it's just gorgeous, and it's one of my most favourite presents from anybody. And so we were on tour together, and it was special, because it was our first tour outside of the UK together, and we were on the road, and it was all quite it was all very new to us. And Jack came back with this gift for me, and I love it, and I've kind of kept it with me ever since, and I definitely won't let go anytime soon. So I love that. That's my first one. My second item, my second prized possession. Now, let me talk about this one. So, as many of you may or may not know, I am of dual heritage. So my mum is British, she's Black British, and my dad, he is also British, but he's white. And my mum's family are Jamaican, and my dad's family are British and Irish. So, now, as a kid, I've always known my grandparents on both sides. I've always known all my family and loved my family, and everybody's amazing. But as a kid, I grew up with my mum's parents living in Jamaica, so I never got to see them that often. And so I kind of, as I got older, I would speak to my grandma on the phone, and I would speak to my grandpa on the phone, and I would have conversations with them, and I would know them. I'd know what they sounded like, I know what they looked like, but I couldn't connect with that physical thing yet, just because I hadn't seen them as an adult, So when I was 16, my mum surprised me with tickets to go to Jamaica. We go to Jamaica and we go and we have a look around, and my mum basically, just kind of wants to show me, as a young woman, this is your history and this is where you come from. And so we went to loads of different places all around the island, travelled around quite a lot, and then we went to my grandma's house, which is just outside of Kingston, and we surprised her. Now I get there and I'm ringing her bell, and she comes to the door and she can't really see me yet, and she's walking up and she's walking slowly and she's looking at me and she's going, and I'm looking at her, and I haven't seen her in maybe over 10 years, so I'm looking at her like, do you know who I am? And then she starts crying, and then I start crying, and then my mum starts crying, and everybody's really emotional. And it was this huge flush of emotion that I don't think any of us were expecting, my grandma especially. And I got to hang out with her for like a week, and we got to, do what grandmas and granddaughters do, and chat about stuff and laugh about stuff and play dominoes and play cards. And I really formed a bond with her, and a bond that I never ever kind of saw myself building. And then I went home, and then I didn't see my grandma again for another 2 years, but then I went back out and got to see her. And then last year, my beautiful grandma passed away. And I think it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, because, essentially I didn't know my grandma in the way that maybe I'd have loved to have known her. I didn't get to spend as much time with her as I'd have loved to have spent with her. But I did get to spend time with her, and I did get to meet her, and I did get to get infected by her energy. And so my second item is a poster that my mum got me when she was last in Jamaica with my grandma, and it sits on my wall above my bed, and it will never move, and I love it. So yeah, they are my two prized possessions. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for seeing my show and tell. Everybody stay safe and stay well.